Hi there. My name is Catherine, and I've actually been called a different name. I've called myself a different name, and I've had a different professional name for many, many years. Let's see, probably for 30, yeah, almost 30 years. And I'm going back to my given name, Catherine. I'm going to share a little bit more about that with you, but I first just wanted to let you know this is my first video in a new phase of my life and the first video that I'm making for this channel. And I just need you to know I've been in front of a camera and behind a camera for many years. I've been an influencer on social media. I no longer have social media accounts. I've let all of that go. In another video, I'll probably explain more about why. But I want to start this video with sharing that I'm 60 and I'm going through what feels like the biggest transition of my life. And one of the things that always bothered me as an influencer is and was that so often, myself included, and what I see with other influencers, is that so many people tend to share from a place of already gotten through something. Like they're sharing from a place of, okay, this is how I did it. I want to share from a place of this is how I'm doing it. This is what I'm experiencing right now. Because I'm really uh, wanting to, one, I'm wanting to be in an authentic place with you, who I hope is a new audience for me. And I also want to provide a space for people that are my age or about my age in their 60s and who are going through transition. This is a really hard transition for me. I will just share it clearly with you. I have been in an avoidant, anxious relationship for about 13 years with my boyfriend. And it is a devastating relationship. It has, I have allowed myself to get to a place that I just absolutely can't believe that at 60 years old, I've allowed myself to get to. And if you can relate, maybe you can comment and let me know if you're going through something like this, or maybe you have already and you've gotten through it. I'm at a stage now where I am recognizing I need to leave this relationship if it doesn't change very quickly, and relationships just don't change quickly. So, this is a note to self. They just usually don't. However, I do have a lot of faith, and I have been praying in this relationship. I'm praying over this relationship for a long time, but I've come to some new realizations that I want to share with you. First of all, I want to go back for a second. I want to let you know that 3 years ago, I had a production company business, and I lost my largest investor. And it was after trying to revive it after COVID, which completely shut us down. And when that happened, and I was literally exhausted, I was literally on every level: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, completely every level was just exhausted. And my boyfriend came to me and said, why don't you just let go? Why don't you just give yourself a break? Why don't you just, I've never known anybody who has worked so hard as you have over the years on this dream that you've put together and this humongous vision that so many people believed in and wanted to support and be part of as well. And it didn't work. And it just didn't work. And so I wasn't the right person to bring it forward, or the world wasn't ready for it, or it wasn't really what I was supposed to be doing, but I kept trying, trying, trying. I don't know if you can relate to that. So there's lots of reasons, right? These are all topics for another video. But he came to me and said, why don't you just let go? And so I did. I let go and I allowed myself to just breathe and relax. And he said, I will support you so you can just relax for a little bit, which I did. And then what happened was I ended up rescuing, and he helped me, and we rescued these horses. And my deepest long lost dream of having land with horses and a property and being a part of a homestead and really like being able to let go of technology and all the massive responsibilities that come with leading a big organization and lots of people. He said, let's do that. Let's make that happen. And I said, okay, but we really need to have a foundation of Jesus together. And he said, I'm going to need help with that, but I want that too. And I said, okay. So we began a new journey together. And in 3 years, I have been the sweat part of our team. So I've been putting the vision together for this place that we built, which is absolutely incredible. It is absolutely incredible. So he was working overseas and he sent the money, and I did the design and the vision and the sweat and the every detail. And it's a beautiful, beautiful vision. And then he came, he quit working, and he retired, and he got here. And of course, the truth of our relationship and our truth of, because we had been apart most of the time that we've known each other, we've been apart, and that's been for 13 years because he was working overseas, and it was always difficult. And so we were back and forth, and then I left, and for 4 years we were just friends, and so it's been that kind of a relationship. Can anyone relate? A lot of love here, yes, but there's more to a relationship than love. And I've had people tell me that there's so much love here between you guys, and I have bought into that in the past. I get it that there's love, but two people have to do the work in the relationship, especially when two people come from a lot of dysfunction. I come from dysfunction. I come from a very dysfunctional, emotionally abusive, incestual background, childhood. He comes from a very emotionally neglectful and abusive childhood as well. I've had many, many years of therapy and development and blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. And I go, wow. And yet I still made this choice to put myself in a situation where for 3 years, I've just been building towards our dream together, and I wasn't taking care of myself financially for the possibility that this might not work out. So, I'm just maybe hearing some of you right now either going, wow, I can really relate. I've done the same thing. Or, man, she's really stupid. How could she do that to herself? Right? I don't know. But this is the truth. And so I'm in a space right now recognizing, so I have very anxious attachment. If you want to put a label on it, it's anxious attachment tendencies. And I'm with a dismissive, fearful avoidant. If you want to put a label on it, if you don't. But you know what? Sometimes it's helpful to see what the patterns and behaviors are and recognize what you can do about them. So I don't mind using labels at all. So what I want to share with you, and I do have some notes, I want to share with you that I'm in this process. So I'm not past it. I'm in it. I chose it. And I'm in a place where I need to do a few things. I need to really make decisions about how to take good care of myself. I've started a new business that I'm sure you'll hear about on this channel at some point, or I'll point you to somewhere that is absolutely incredible. A technology that I'm using that has literally helped me so deeply physically with the physical things I've been dealing with. I've been in wellness for about 30 years, so that's been incredible. So I've started that to begin taking care of myself. And I'm beginning this YouTube channel because I absolutely know that there are people, women especially, but men too, out there who have done what I've done, are doing what I'm doing, maybe recognizing it or maybe not recognizing it yet. And I know that there's a space for us to be able to share together what this journey is. It doesn't feel good right now. I'm in a place today that it doesn't feel good. And I almost didn't do this video because the old influencer part of me is like, well, you have to come to a video and look a certain way, sound a certain way, and have certain things together and blah, 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 and to be able to, you know, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm like, no, no, I don't. No, 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 I don't. Actually, I need to share authentically where I'm at and what's going on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not through it already. I'm in it. Okay, so that's the first thing. And it sucks being 60 years old and having made the choices that I've made that put myself here in a place of such deep uncertainty and unlovability. That's not even a word, I don't think, but I'm making it one. Uh, where I literally feel like I am every day in this huge dichotomy. I am living in the most beautiful place I've ever lived, and I got to build it. I got to design it. And it's incredible with my animals that I love so much, and with a man that I deeply love who just resists my love because of his own avoidant patterns of not of feeling just so those of you that aren't familiar with the terms I'm using, avoidant is somebody who had typically a childhood where their feelings were completely neglected. And in fact, their feelings were too much for their parents. It's like, nah, that's too much. No, no, no. So they learned that it's not okay for them to have feelings or share feelings. And they learned it's not okay for anybody else to either because it's overwhelming to them. So they've learned to compartmentalize all of those things and push them away. And so it's the kind of the push pull relationship. You know, they love you and they want you close, but when you get too close, they push you away. Okay. And the other side of that, where I'm at, is the called anxious attached, where I'm the one who wants to fix it. I'm the one that keeps trying. I'm the one that's done all this therapy work and self-development and personal development work, sending videos, sending articles, fixing, trying, right? So that I'm now exhausted and depleted. So that was me for many years in this relationship, and I walked away. And we were just still friends. We were good friends, but I walked away and I built something for myself. And then, well, I walked back in. Okay, so I do hope that in this channel, I do hope and I do promise that my authenticity will create value here, that it will create a safe space for you to be anonymous and to be able to say what is going on for you, how you can relate. Are you in the same space? Are you already through it? If you are, how did you get through it? Please share. And I also want to share one more thing. I am a Christian, and I am going to be talking about Christ because he has saved me and he's woken me up. Thank God. He's woken me up. So I am in a process with Christ, with God. And I am going to be sharing about that with you as well. Benjamin Franklin said, God helps those who help themselves. So I need you to know that I don't believe that's true. I believe that God helps those who allow God to help them. Because this is my Bible. And what's in this what's in this is true, and what Benjamin Franklin said isn't scriptural. That's not biblical. What is biblical is that, and what is true is that God helps us when we listen. When we listen to him, he will help us. Now, oftentimes, he will stand by and protect us as we go like this through life. And he will lovingly stand by and protect us. And will stop that car from getting too close to us. Will stop that person from being abusive to us. Will so many things he will step in, but he will allow us to continue to go along our path and our life without him, but he will always be standing there waiting. And oftentimes, at the right time, he will reach in. I'm going to share more stories about that as we go. But God does not help those who help themselves. God helps those who listen. When we listen and when we do what God is telling us to do, and we always know that because it's the quiet voice inside. And when we pay attention to that and when we obey, we immediately have a blessing. Follow that. And I know that that's true. If you know that that's true, I hope you'll like and I hope you'll share. And I hope that I post this video because I'm still very unsure about what I'm saying, what I'm sharing, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm getting started. So, as a new creator, I'm getting started. And for all of you who are creators, if you're new creators or if you're already along that path, if you have any words of encouragement to share with myself or with anyone else that is watching or can comment, please do. I hope you do. So, thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to communicating with you in the comments.